What's going on, YouTube? Back with another military haircut tutorial. At this time, we will be doing a medium low or a drop fade in the civilian community. I'm starting with my 5-volt on my detachables, starting at the temporal area, and I'm gonna drop down below the occipital into a V. This is my first starting guideline. I'm flipping out with a C stroke.
Light this bitch up.
It's better to do it with the detachables because they are made to bald. So I'm on his right side. I'm staying low right there in his temporal area. You see it? I go around the ear and I drop it down to the back. Now with the V, I'm taking the V off and I'm staying below the occipital bone, because this is where that drop or that medium part is. The medium is in the front and the low is in the back. A lot of service members like to have that drop, or some of them call it the dip in the back. Whatever they call it, it's the same haircut. Still just cleaning up everything. It's better to do this with a detachable clipper because it's a rotary motor and it can go through wet or dry hair better than the trimmers, and you're not creating a permanent guideline when you're going upward and flicking out. So the next clipper I'm grabbing is my Master Andes, and I have it closed all the way to 0. And I'm just flicking out that guideline, my first guideline, and going all the way around, staying low. Make sure you're not gonna graduate the fade all the way up. That's why we call it a medium low. Now I open up the clipper halfway. I'm following that guideline. I start low, then I dip down in the back. When doing any type of haircut, try to keep your client's posture upright, because a lot of clients like to lean forward and the fade will start to change if their posture changes. So keep them with their head straight and their shoulders back. It will help your fade come out so much better. So I just did a second time around, halfway open. Now I'm about to start opening the clipper all the way up. I'm just flicking out, doing the C stroke. It's just the flick of the wrist, the flick of the wrist. Just keep on flicking and following that main guideline. Make sure you're not taking it up. You do a 1/4 of an inch per section or per guideline. Brushing clippers off, and I'm putting on my 1 guard, and I closed it all the way up. With my system, when I fade, is always close, half, open. Close, half, open. And after I go through my guard system, I'll go back and touch up whatever I need to touch up with the in-between notches. Now I just open up the clipper halfway. Now I'm starting to flick out a little bit harder because I'm not going to take the fade up too much higher than what I have it right now, because I just opened it up all the way and I'm doing wider C strokes. if you notice my wrist action, because I'm just adding my forearm into it now. Just flicking away. At points in time with certain guards, I will be going between notches and hitting the more dense areas, so it could be more of a gradual blend. I just switch back from one notch to another notch, back to another notch, so I can see it. Now I'm about to switch to my 2 guard after I dust my clippers off. Get that hair off. Hair bothers me. If hair bothers you on your clipper, leave it down in the comments. Tell me why it bothers you. So I'm starting with my 2 guard closed all the way. And this point right here, I'm really coming up to that parietal, getting close to the parietal, or starting to curve into the parietal, but I'm flicking out even more, and I'm just riding the hair or cutting the hair that's longer, so it can give that gradual blend. Because see how I just wrote it right there to grab that hair that's longer? These are techniques you would pick up more you cut and the longer you'll be cutting. That technique will help you blend a little bit better, so you won't have to grab a larger guard if you go into the hair and start gradually coming outward, doing like a wide C-stroke. One thing I realized working in a military town that I really love, I get to meet so many walks of life. Like this gentleman that's in the chair, he's from Guam. He was born and raised in Guam. That is one of the islands that is in the Pacific Island. And Guam is a U.S. territory also. And I get to meet so many walks of life and get to know so many more people. That's why I enjoy being a military barber, working in a military town. At this point of the haircut, I'm starting to realize I'm getting closer and closer to finishing the fade part that you can see, and just working on the back. And the 2 guard is going to be the highest guard that I'll be using. While talking to the client, I'm checking the mirror behind me and see what I have to hit, and I go back and touch up with it, and just gonna flick out, just keep on healing out, and just riding the clippers upward and not digging into the hair. Using your mirror, always use your mirror so you can see the haircut from a different perspective. I'm going to switch back to my 1 guard and just hit that front corner by the temple. Now I'm making my way to the back, and I'm adjusting the client's posture to work right there below the occipital, so I can blend the weight out of the hair. Taking my guard off, dusting my clippers off once again, and my comb. Now I'm gonna work this with no guard right there in the occipital to take that weight out so I can blend it in more. So it won't look like it has a line of demarcation. Just hitting different density areas on the head. Some people's heads can have areas that are more dense than others. So this is where the fine tuning comes in at. I'm gonna go back to my one guard, still just fine tuning the haircut, hitting certain areas. And just to let y'all know, this is a haircut that's in real time. Nothing is cut off. I'm just fading and talking and fading till the end. So I'm gonna do clipper over comb just to blend in the area that he combs his hair over to. He combs his hair to the right, so it's more weight right in that corner, and you want to get that out. I bring my comb up and pull it out in a 35-degree angle to get that weight. Still fine tuning the haircut, the things that I see. Sometimes you can turn the chair 20 times and you'll see something different 20 different times. At this point in the haircut, it's time to do some line-up work. So I'm going to line him up on the corners and give him a nice little sharp edge and a curve on the side. When you're edging up the side, make sure your dexterity is good to have a nice sharp C, not just a line on the side. Have it curving in. You see the curve from the point? Going over to the other side, I'm going to start using my corner of my clip trimmer and giving a C. Make sure my dexterity is right. I might also be using the trimmers to clean up the bottom part of the fade, the ball part. The trimmers can get it just a little bit closer than the 5/0, cleaning up his neck. So I don't have to grab the 5/0 again. Going against the grain to cut some of the other hair. And this is the end of the haircuts, ladies and gentlemen. A medium low military fade, also known as the drop fade. If you want to get it super cold, super bald, doing that super fade, I'm gonna grab my 5-star shavers. I plugged it up because the battery was dead, and I'm gonna give them that bald fade. This is almost closer than the straight razor, in my opinion. How deep you rub, it can be even closer than the straight razor. I got a question. What's your favorite shaver? Is it Andis, Walls, Babyliss, or something else? Just cleaning my shaver off. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and nobody will break out on the back of the neck. So I'm cleaning up, dusting them off. About to hit them with that aftershave. What's your favorite aftershave? Let me know. Leave it down in the comments, because I want to try something new anyway. Hit them with the oil sheen. Then I give them that little swipe right here. Swippity swipe. Got them smelling all good, looking all good. Hey guys, thank you for looking at another video. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at DeezyHood, DeezyHood, at DeezyHood on Instagram. Thank y'all guys for watching. Y'all have a good day.